Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sam from Irish Farm Art, and today I would like to do a quick review on the paint that I use the most lately. And the paint that I'm gonna review is this little guy here, is the Winton range from Winsor and Newton oil paint. This is a student grade paint, but usually I go straight to the artist quality paint because I don't want to get troubles with light fastness or pigment concentration or stuff like that. But in this case I found myself going back over and over to this paint. I find them really reliable, really affordable, and a very good compromise. Also, some quality of this paint is much higher than other brands' artist quality. So I will review this paint after about a year of intense use. I feel like it's fair only now to get through a review, to be 100% fair. And sorry for the lighting, but I'm still trying to figure out how to set up the lighting in my studio. Anyway, I will review this paint on this canvas board, which is one that I use pretty often, to be honest. It's a stretch cotton canvas on a cardboard base, and I will do a comparison of the paint between different type of solvents like linseed oil and white spirit or turpentine, depends where you find it. We'll go through light fastness, we'll go through other characteristics and quality of the paint so that you may choose to use this paint as well. Of course, I'm not sponsored by Winsor & Newton or any other brand of paint. Unfortunately, my channel is still too small to get this type of sponsorship, so I really hope that you'll find my review fair and reliable. And if you have any suggestions or any other question, please leave a message in the comment below, and if you like this video, of course, subscribe. I'm gonna go through my other setup camera and let's start this review. So the specific range, the Winton, is part of the student grade series of traditional oil paint from Winsor & Newton. The Winton are described as a bright and beautiful and affordable range of 47 colors, perfect for artists who need a large quantity of colors from Winsor & Newton itself. All the tones have been carefully made to bring the best of each pigment. Apart from a few tubes of other brands such as Daily Rowney and the River Gouache, these are the first oil paint I've been using since I was in my early days as an artist. The student grade Winton of Winsor & Newton have a thick and stiff consistency, and they feel similar to the artist grade oils, allowing it to hold the shape of the brush strokes. And although I wouldn't expect them to stand up to the artist grade, the pigment concentration is still solid. You can see how the pure color right out of the tube is very vibrant, and how creamy it is in the tube. I was expecting a lot of filler to come out from the tube, as this is a very new tube for me, but Winsor & Newton have consistently been quite full, and the paint comes out of the tube straight away without blotching. Talking about the color right out of the tube, you can see how creamy it is. It's almost like a custard type of consistency. This may vary from tint to tint. For example, the burnt sienna I find is fairly harder, but this works well with my technique. I like to have a little bit of texture of the paint in the canvas. The paint do have a faint odor, but it's very mild, and I just keep my windows open and doesn't give me any headache or any irritation ever so often. I try to dilute the color with the linseed oil first, and you can see how easy the pigment absorbs the solvent. Linseed oil is my #1 solvent of choice, first of all because it's natural and doesn't stink as it could be a white spirit, of a chemical spirit, and leave as well a sort of shiny brightness to the color when it's dry. You can see how much further you can go using just a few drops of linseed oils, which means that the paint is very good quality and there is a lot of pigment in the paint. Another common solvent I use is the white spirit of turpentine. Trying to dilute this paint with the white spirit, I face some problems. The paint is still resulting very pigmented and bright, although it gets really thin really quick. This can be a pro if you like a very thin consistency and if you like to layer over and over layers of color, of course. The paint still remains rich even when dry and maintains the quality of brightness, but perhaps a tiny less shiny than the linseed oil. Mixing two colors together, I had no issue, and the paint is very well malleable. As per their website, they provide a large array of shades, 48 in total. This can give you almost infinite possibility in regards to color. My very personal palette is composed only of 7 or 8 main colors, and I rarely mix them all together, but I find that mixing them is really easy and you can really achieve any shade you want. Most of the color use the same pigment as the artist grade paints. And those there are hues of different pigments, they still behave and look very similar to the real thing. Most of the colors are very good light fastness, and I could not recognize any difference from the artist grade rival. Light fastness is indicated in the label and with a range of 1 and 2s, and I have tested myself, leaving the painting out in the sun, and I actually left this painting here for about a month in front of a window with this little square masked off, so that we can see the difference between where the sunlight touch the painting and where it doesn't. So if I take off this little screen here, we can now reveal how the paint impacted the sun impacted the painting, and you actually cannot see, you can see almost anything in the painting. This was the area that was masked off, and it is basically the same as the painting, so I can assure that the light didn't really impact the quality of the paint or the brightness. This paint here is about 3 to 5 euro online, and you can find in Europe at least deals of 3 tubes per 10 euro, or a sort of a tube collection, a starting collection of 12 tube for about 25 euro. I will put all the links in the description below. You can buy it on Amazon, of course, and if you are abroad, I'm sure in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, or in any other part of the world, you still can find this paint, and it's quite cheap. So I really hope you enjoyed this little review. It was very short, but I hope you got some good insight, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts below in the description. As per usual, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook and on Twitter, or on my website irishfromart.com. This specific painting here is actually for sale in my Etsy shop, and just look for Irish from Art or check the link below. And I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.